Cheap shot onto Bayek as Blush trying to see if he can get himself a proper opener. Blind immediately by Bayek, but a trinket out for Blush. Full death mark. He just sending everything of Bayek. Bop, hold on. You can still die through Bop. You still got poisons. Or maybe not. Wait, you don't have Kingsbane. Never mind. I was going to say, if it's Kingsbane, then maybe, but it's just a death mark. He separated the two. I'm surprised, actually. Bayek can still be under a ton of pressure. Kingsbane, you're going to have to bubble it. You're going to have to bubble it. That or die. Bubble or die. Bubble or die. This rogue is not giving you a chance. He's like, bubble or die, Paladin. Bubble or die. Bayek is trying to see if he just doesn't have to bubble. He got all the healing in the world using the Dawn Light on himself. Not even just to down a Blush. He actually, I think, double Dawn Light himself just to live. The commit on survivability is massive. You got to give him credit. Does get himself a trinket stun with a Searing Glare. Blush cannot really respond. He will not be able to go for blind. Got himself evasion. He's gonna have to either play super safe with a blind and walk away, or yeah, he's gonna have to play super safe. I don't even know if you'll be able to get behind the pillar before. Yeah, I can't even catch a reset. Shadow meld, you won't be able to sap him. Does go for a cheap shot. Garrote and everything available. Kidding him? You just run away. You just back up out of there, or just try to see if we can push in. Just run for a second. Bayek can't really do much. Shield of Vengeance. I think that's where maybe back away. Yeah, I don't know if you live it. Cheat death. I don't know if you live it. I don't know if you live this, but you got sprint. Hold on a second. This could be an opportunity. Oh, I held my breath there. I held my breath. Oh, dude, the final wreck. I held my breath. I was like, wait, I'm not going to jinx it. Maybe he'll escape it. Oh, Bayek, though, for the final wreck around the corner. Oh, man. I think the only other way that maybe... Because there's no way Blush would have predicted, right? Because it could have been like a Divine Storm to AoE around Bayek. It could have been any one of the AoEs. I think the only way Plush lives it is if he stealths or runs through Bayek to the other side of the pillar. But you kind of just got to chance it. But Bayek would have just... It equally could have just done a Divine Storm to AoE out the rogue. But he did the frontal final wreck. Man. Would have been really cool to watch. Yeah, I just don't have the time, man. I don't have the time, Angel. It's very time consuming. Would have been awesome, though. Right? If I had friends playing, I think it would have been fun to... give it a go. Full touch of the Magi. Arcade burst out of Young Maga. Got himself full setup. Trying to see if he can just blast out Bayek with a Phoenix. He needs to find a way to put Bayek out in front so the Phoenix is actually getting some value and is able to get the Phoenix getting some damage. Big G Pikes. Brett to follow. Is just trying to go for a big blind. Maga be able to back out of there for a second. More missiles to follow. Bayek could be under a ton of pressure, but it looks like Maga might be out of juice at this point. Got himself even more missiles, but it's just some random procs of damage. And unless he can follow up this random procs with some more casts, he is going to have to hard cast, isn't he? That is unfortunate. Try to go for a poly, able to at least disconnect. Trinket out for Bayek, doesn't want to give Mago even a chance to recover as he goes for a block. That is unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. They really changed up the arcane playstyle to be very... Ooh, quick interrupt. Nice, I like that. But they very much changed the playstyle to be very... all about... At least when it comes to Phoenix Flame build, actually not even that, with Aether Attunement. Technical... What am I trying to say here? With Nether Tempest, you need to Arcane Blast in order to get barrage damage up, and then I'll give you resources. Technically, I guess you could try to ignore that mechanic, but... I don't know, man. I kind of miss when you just really be able to missile, barrage, missile, barrage. Just have all those things amped up. I think that helped out Arcane Mage quite a bit. But now they have them like sit there and cast sometimes, I guess you can do instants to really proc those, but it is still a little bit rough, and Maga has nowhere to go, just absolutely pinned up against the wall. And Nye got himself at least some kind of a go here. Binding shot, maybe with a volley, full burst. Volley down, full burst is available, big rapid fire. You gotta get those aim shots. He's still able to get aim shots, there it is. Trying to see if he can back away from Bayek. More rapid fires, does get a stun. Steady shot to follow. Does he have more aim shots? Stun, does go for a trinket. Aim shot again. Rapid fire, aim shot again. Bayek barely alive. Aim shot, but it's gonna be a bubble. Nye taking a lot of damage though, having to turtle shell regenerate now for Bayek, which is so perfect. Nyack would have been ideal if Nyack did not have to burn a turtle while Bayek is regenerating, but I think he was gonna try to see if he could force up turtle, and as soon as he sees turtle, then he's gonna stop and heal. You know what I mean? Because otherwise Nyack would have just been dead. Not much he can do. As a hunter though, with this map in particular, these pillars are not too big, but they're big enough where you are gonna have to find a way to like get yourself an angle here. Got himself a volley down on one side, stun on the other. Bayek put himself out in the open. Not ideal. He's gonna go behind the pillar. Aim shots are flying. Oh man, for Bayek, he's having to burn through a lot of mana very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Hey Dennis, how you doing, my man? Здорово, здорово. Привет, откуда знаешь русский? Родился в России, в городе Екатеринбург. Но переехал в Америку давно. Asking me, blind? Hold on. Double blind? Hold on. We'll do translation a little bit later. As this is going to be a full burst of the Nike. Nike with the wall. Stun to follow. Bayek to have a go here. He's got no Dawn Light. Hold on. No Dawn Light. Because Nike might actually be able to do something here. Turtle Shell. Man sprinting. Look at him sprinting. Slipping on ice. But Nike playing it super defensive. Very defensive. Some way, somehow you were able to mount up. I was thinking when you Judgment's your pet, I was thinking that would get you in combat. But apparently not. Nike is in that hammer range though. So he's in a weird spot. Rapid fire is not enough to get damage to the bike. He does go for a wall. But he just did a hodge. Faint. Scatter. Good trade. But I think it's still not enough. Wake of Ashes. And Nike, I think it's over. Yeah. It's rough. But Dennis asked me, how do you know Russian? I was like, I was born in Russia. Even told him what city I was born in. I don't even know if my city of Yekaterinburg, if it's like consequential. Most people like know Moscow or St. Petersburg, but yeah, I'm assuming some Russians may know what the place is that I'm talking about, or maybe it's not even that big of a city. I guess I should tell people like Ural Mountains area. Oh, double bolt, triple. How many bolts was that? That was a lot of bolts. This man was prepped and ready to go. He decided to feed Bayek bolts, but Bayek was only one member of this whole team, deadly squadron of Team 2, with Gossagri going to be up next as a Boomkin. Versus Rick. Versus a melee, Gossagri did have a bit of a rough spot, but I wonder if versus a Rick Meister, he might be okay. Might be actually kind of okay. He just needs to get a couple of dots on the guy. Popping Karn, and then just send as many Star Surges as possible into the man. He just needs a good angle for it though. And I think he needs to go real quick, real fast. Succubus, actually when you Boomkin form, while you're, okay, I was going to say, Boomkin form, can you get hit by Succubus or not? But it is technically humanoid. Or is it the Glyph of Stars that's messing you? Might be Glyph of Stars that's messing you, because normally when you're in an animal form, you cannot get hit by Poly, or abilities like Succubus CC, for instance. Gossagri just trying to go for a bit of a reset. There's going to be Mortal Coil, Chaos 1. Rick just trying to see if he can get himself a proper go here. Gossagri taking a bit of damage, but able to recover behind the pillar. That Succubus is something you're going to have to watch out for, basically at all times. Because if it's getting set up on you, Rick is just going to be able to at least pull you from behind the pillar or lock down your full burst. So you got to be very, very careful with it. Or just, I was going to say nuke it, but he's just going to switch up to a new one. Just going to resummon it really quickly. Clone? But it's got to slow in you. Ah, no. Technically, you do need to CC the Succubus or kill it or something in order to have yourself a proper go. An easier time with Rick. Rick may be the play, though. Let's see, have a Mortal. He doesn't have a Mortal Coil. So if you close the gap, try to go for a Shadow Fury around the corner, they just get yourself a Prowl maybe? Succubus catches you either way. That is unfortunate. No more trinkets, so he's kind of just at a whim of the Succubus, at a whim of the Warlock CC. Fear is actually going to be a bit of a deja vu, just kind of cutting you behind that same pillar. It's going to be Silence, Reflect up for Rick for a second. Shadow Fury, Bolt 1, Fear to follow. You have another Bolt. He's got Gossagri kind of lowish. Got himself a couple instances. Big Infernal coming down. Mortical right after on one of the pets as well as Gossagri. You have enough aim to execute? Oh, he does have the execute with Goer's charging in. I don't know how you're going to be able to fight Goer's. Big port. It does go behind the pillar, even though he gets rooted. Succubus catches Goer's, but he does go for a Lichborn to break out of it very, very quickly. For Rick Meister, I think he hasn't used Gateway, so he might be able to use the big Gateway in order to at least get away from Goer's. He's got to find a way just to dot up Goer's. He's regenerating, but a Cataclysm. The Cataclysm. Oh no. You've been running Cataclysm this entire time? That's unfortunate. I don't know if you'll get much value out of it. Unless you get some kind of CC. And Goer is getting those procs and riders. Trinket out of that Succubus CC. Blind onto Rick with full damage. There's going to be a wall on a Rick. Do you just go offensive? That is a lot of riders. That is a lot of damage you're taking. Mortal Coil may not be enough. Chaos Bolt. Goer's got himself plenty of defense and lots of damage. Bolt 2. Try to go for Bolt 3, but it does get interrupted. Rick might be under a lot of trouble. Port might be a gateway. Does go for the gateway with a reflect. Goer's backing up out of there. Rick, I don't know if you're able to live here. The riders disappeared at a perfect time, but Goer's is back up to full health. Rick is not at full health, but at least he's got the Succubus to help him get a little bit of more survivability here. Try to see if you can just walk out and maybe get a dot on Goer's, but he's going to put himself out in the open a little bit too close. He does, if he wants to go out in the open, he needs to have a port available on the grips. That's what he needs, ideally. Goer's got himself full health. Everything ready. Riders randomly spawning in, what is it? Or no? I thought it was a rider for a second. Might have been the succubus. Does end up focusing the succubus down, got himself even more riders. There they go. And the succubus eventually is going to get super slow on health, like as you keep focusing on it. I have kill rug to swap the succubus. The I have kill rug move, by the way, is really good because it'll basically move the succubus to you. Reflect. Guerreros couldn't interrupt it, couldn't grip it, couldn't nothing. No reflect against the death knight is actually really good. Stun, bolt. Is that enough? Got himself at least a bit of damage, or not? It looked like he would cast in a bolt, but then kind of stopped it halfway, maybe. Big gank to try to see if he can get away from the grip. That is good. Stun on the succubus, though. That is, I think someone trying to summon a new one, yeah? I think he was trying to summon a new one. I think that's what it was. Goer's, though, got himself plenty of a setup, potentially, though. He got himself lots of cooldowns coming up here, little by little. Rick trying to go for a setup of his own. That is going to be an Infernal coming down. That is going to be a stun, though. Trying to see if he can Mortal Call Goer's, but does get stunned up. Rick does not have a wall here. It's going to be really tough. He's going to have to juke a kick or something. Juke a kick or void of racial. Got him to reflect. Maybe some damage. Goer's put himself out in the open. AMS eats that one casual, but it still does a number on your health. Super, super low. Rick just sees a little more survivability. Succubus catches him with a bolt right after. Does go for the interrupt. Needs himself a death pact. He may need to use a death pact here. Got himself resources. Looking for death strikes. Rick has a Mortal Call very, very soon, but not quite yet. Able to at least try to slow down Goer's full silence with a stun. I don't know what you can do. Maybe Succubus catches Goer's, but it's just over, I think. It does take him. Oh, man. I was so close. By picking up 3, by the way. I didn't even realize he picked up 3. Well done, well done. There it is, man. There it is. I think we're done for the night, though. Unless Cracker wants to go one more. Hold your teams real quick.